He has me. It's Monday, the 28th. Tomorrow's the 29th. Apparently, they're gonna have those MK Ultra hearings. Um, like I say, it's just a reporter and then some guy from Brown University. So I don't think it's gonna be anything special, but um, yeah, I mean, I'm still being hit normal, which means bad. I did. It was raining up here all day, thunderstorms, everything else. I didn't feel like going out, but kind of made the plan yesterday. I was gonna go get Tanner's pills, so I did. My mom took me over to the vet, and we did get the pills. You can still barely walk, and it's wet out, and you're afraid of falling on the wet grass and that type of stuff, and stepping over curbs, and it's really not easy to do with a walker. So laying down, they just start hitting my ass now. I made it a half hour. Hitting my ass, my whole ass. It feels like somebody's putting a stick up your ass. And nothing's changed for me. Toes are still numb. You know, I could barely get on the toilet, barely get off the toilet. It's not getting any better. So I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. Uh, if anything's going to change, if it's not going to change. My mom stopped here. She stopped here last night after work. And I said, she gets voice of skull, tell her what to say, scripted conversations. And I said, so do you think I'm going to be able to walk this week? It's like, no, no. So they told her to say that, but I don't know. I mean, what, what's the point of having these if you're still being tortured to hell? I don't know. All's, I mean, if nothing changes, I'll have to contact her and tell her I'm nothing. I mean, what's gonna happen here? I'm still being tortured to hell here. All the perps are still here, getting paid. I mean, they're all. So I don't know what's gonna happen tomorrow. Uh, the 4th of July is Saturday. They don't care if it's the 4th or they don't care. They're apparently they hate our country and they're just angry at the world or they hate everyone. I don't know what their deal is, but so I laid down for about a half hour. I had to get up because the guy's hitting my ass. Hits your ass and it goes all the way to your private parts. And then they hit my tailbone. So, and then they're letting me sleep, but I've been going to bed at 9 o'clock, and I'll wake up at 1:30 in the morning, and I'll be up. I'll try to lay in bed as long as I can, but I'm up between 7 and 8 now, and climb out of bed, make coffee and stuff, and I lay down because I'm tired going through this and I don't have much energy and all that stuff. I got to clean, try to keep this place halfway clean and I have to cook supper and order groceries and order supplies off Amazon and try to keep myself halfway clean and shave and brush my, do all those things and you're drained. And then you're being hit 24/7, your legs, your feet, the head. I mean, it takes a lot out of you and they won't give me any help. I mean, we went through that a year, 8 months ago. They won't give you a nursing assistant to come and help you out with laundry or just, visit with you an hour, or whatever. It's complete isolation. My mom works at the building, so she stops in when she's working and she offers to take me out. when she's off Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday and stuff. So, I mean, you're in a torture chamber with a TV and a kitchen, basically, you know. So I'm doing bed baths and stuff because I can do a shower, but it's so much work that I have to take the cushion off the wheelchair. I have to figure out where I'm going to get dressed, where I'm going to get undressed, and all this stuff. It's such a huge job. I just don't have the energy. So I've been doing like sponge baths and stuff like that. So I don't know. I don't have any energy. So the last thing I want to do is sit in a wheelchair for 12 hours a day or more. So I try to lay down from 3 to 4 and 5 to 6. So I'll get up, eat supper, try to eat something, lay back down at 5 until 6, and they're just hitting my ass, hitting my ball sack. It travels all the way up to your ball sack. I mean, low down dirty bastards. And they've been doing it every day. During the week, they think people are around, I don't know, they think they leave at 4 o'clock, I guess. And so then, after 4 o'clock, they hit you because they think nobody's around, nobody's going to notice, or I don't know. I don't know. But it's just, I don't know. It seems like they don't know what the hell they're doing. It seems like the guy running this program doesn't know what he's doing. Or I don't know. The other guys, they didn't really hurt me that much after. I mean, I got hurt in 2015, 2016. I got hurt. But after, the treatment center and the psych ward, all that crap, they let me get back on my feet a little bit. And I was able to go camping, go for rides, take the dogs wherever for walks. And now it's just, I don't know. The other guys kept it under the radar for 7 years. And I was still contacting people and telling them what's going on. But it was, I had my moments where, it was bad a few times, but I wasn't being hurt. You're being hurt, sleep deprived. When you have when they give you blisters on your ass from direct energy weapons, and you're running to the hospital for legitimate things that they're doing to you. Like I said, the other guys kept it kind of under the radar. I would go camping. They would not hit me at all at camping. They would let me camp, have a couple drinks, have a fire, have the dogs, and all this stuff. And it was bearable, barely. You know what I mean? You had a little bit of freedom, but you were getting tortured, but not necessarily hurt 24/7 like these people are doing. So I don't understand it. It's almost like they want you to talk about how bad it is or something, and they just they don't see you as a human being. You're like a rat in a cage. They can just do whatever to you know what I mean, and they dehumanize you and stuff. So that's what's going on. Nothing changed for me. I'm still getting hit hard. did get out for a little bit. It was like I say, it was raining and stuff. We were gonna stop to see Tanner. I didn't want to sit on a wet porch and go up a curb, and I just don't want to fall. So went over and got the pills, had her just drop me off, and that was it. So now the guy's torturing me. I don't know. I guess he's done it 7 or something, and they just want to torture the hell out of you. I don't know. They can barely keep me out of the hospital. They really want to hurt you so bad that barely keep you out. But he's still nailing me right now, so I don't know. Is help coming or what? I mean, I don't understand it. But I will keep you updated if anything major happens, good or bad. So I'll talk to you guys later.